Tour de Fleece is an event where spinners across the globe spin yarn in concurrence with the Tour de France. I hope you'll join me in my adventure with the Tour de Fleece as I try to spin through as much of my fiber stash as possible. Good evening. It is the end of day 5 for the Tour de France, Tour de Fleece, and it has been a day. Today was the first day back in the office for me, trying to get some spinning accomplished while working away. But actually going into the office was a little bit challenging. I did a little fiber prep this morning before I went to work, and then I did most of my spinning when I got home. And today I spun a Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club. I believe it was the March box, and it was a Dr. Seuss inspired beautiful fiber. So I actually split the fiber in half, not the long way, but just separated and in half. This is one half of it. I'm going to spin this by pulling sections of it and then spinning from the fold, so I can try to keep some of those long color repeats. And the rest of the fiber I separated lengthwise, and I tried to separate it so that I got like pieces of color or pieces of several colors, but made all the little, almost like pencil rovings, made them all different. So this is one example. So this had mostly blues and whites with just a little pops of pink and a little tiny yellow at the end. And then some of the other ones were more yellow and pink. So you got more of a kind of like an orange look after they barber pulled. Here is the bobbin so far. So it's still on the wheel because I'm trying to finish it, but that's how it looks so far. So all I have left to do of this bobbin is this. I'm gonna finish that off tonight, so I'll have that set aside, and then I'll begin this in the morning. One of the other fibers in the Fiber of the Month Club box was an undyed Cheviot, and I believe it was the May box. So what I did with that was I'm going to spin half of it into I think I'm going to do a 2-ply, might be 3-ply chain plied. So half of it I'm going to do that undyed, and I'm going to dye that after it becomes yarn. Then the other half of the fiber I split in half again. So a quarter of it I'm going to spin undyed, and I'm also going to dye that yarn, and I think that's going to be a 2-ply. I have to check. And then the other quarter of the fiber I dyed as fiber. So this is how it came out. And it is so cool looking. I really, really like it. So this one I'm going to fractal spin. So I'll separate the fiber in half, spin half of it just as it is, and then the other half I'll separate into several smaller sections, spin that onto another bobbin and ply it together. So that's the plan with this. It's only like maybe 2 ounces of fiber, so it won't be a very big skein, but it'll be cool. And then the other quarter of the fiber that is going to be spun before it's dyed, I'm going to dye very similar to this. The half of the fiber that I'm going to spin and dye is going to be dyed similar to this, but then I'm going to take the yarn and put like tightly wrap sections of it with some like scrap yarn, and then I'm going to throw it in a black dye pot, so that when I pull the scrap yarn away, it'll reveal the color underneath. So it'll be a black yarn with these speckles and spots of color from underneath. I'm hoping it'll come out like that anyway. It's the plan. So after I dyed this, I had a lot of dye left in the dye pot. It didn't exhaust the dye bath, so I had some undyed mohair, and I dyed some mohair, and it's so pretty. So I think I might do that if I end up with another non-exhausted dye bath from the rest of this fiber that I'm spinning into yarn. I might do that again and see if I can get like a fun gradient like mohair blend to do something with. Who knows? So that was the day today as far as spinning goes. The race, because I did work in the office, I didn't get to watch a lot of the race. I did listen to it on my earbuds, and it was really quite an exciting race. I'm sad that I didn't get to really see all of it. I watched it on my breaks and lunch and such. When I went to lunch, there was about 10 miles, maybe 9 or 10 miles left of the race, and like the peloton was all together, and there was speculation that Wout van Aert would make a break and that Peter Sagan would make a break, and then Wout van Aert made his break. He took off like a shot and broke up the peloton. There was a bunch of riders that tried to catch him, but he was just uncatchable. It was incredible. He took off, and he had a astronomical lead. I think he was a good 30, maybe 36 seconds off of the first peloton pack. So he just like blew it out of the water. And because he was so far ahead, when the first peloton hit the finish line, I don't remember the racer's name, but he raised his arms in the air and he was so excited. He thought he'd won, and I was so heartbroken for the poor chap. And then, what's his name? Magnus Cort? I think that was his name. Yes, Magnus Cort, who has been the mountain king of the mountain. He has now taken 10 consecutive King of the Mountain point opportunities. That's never happened in the history of the Tour de France. He history by taking all of the King of the Mountain points so far for this race. So truly exciting, and what a feat. Incredible results from a lot of the riders. So yeah, it was fun to listen to. I wish I'd been able to see more of it, but hopefully tomorrow I am working from home. I'll still be listening to it as I'm working. So yeah, I hope I'll be able to catch a little bit more of it tomorrow. So they are in France now. I don't think I mentioned that, but they did do the transfer from during that rest day. It wasn't really a rest day, it was a travel day. They went from Denmark to France. So they, I can't remember where they started today, but they ended in Calais. So that was the race, and I'm having so much fun with this tour. It is incredible. I am outside again because the family has gone to sleep. I'm a bit of a night owl, and they wake very early in the morning. So the mosquitoes are getting thick again. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you tomorrow for another Tour de Fleece, Tour de France. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.